Welcome to the one and only Decenturial Guide. I welcome you guys. I've had to try something out and thought I'm gonna make some of the new weapons work, and so did I think, I guess. I mean, I've done tier 4 bosses, tier 4 pinnacles with this build, and actually turned out going very well. As you can see, yeah, you can face tank, like as usual, you know. I focus on getting tanky, and I was actually afraid of not being able to go tanky, but I'm honest, I was able to achieve this because we have tons of evasion, or what means tons, but a very decent evasion rating value. And further we cover it out with some, as you see, I can overflow my life, and I have a lot of regeneration through Life Leech. And since we play the Amazon, the Life Leech will applied, the physical Life Leech will also get applied through Elemental Leech, and you can actually play this with every crossbow spell, I'd say. I play it with Siege Cascade, turned out to be the best. And yeah, I'm gonna show you some specific details. Now you've seen how it looks. I'm gonna show you the breach also, so you can look if it's breach ready. The map is, as you can see, okay, it could be more juiced, it's not irradiated or something, but I had to find a quick breach map, so I took this one. And yeah, but it's nearly maximum juiced, and let's jump right into the breach. Okay, so here we are at the breach. As you can see, there's a lot of going on, but since we have huge regeneration, holy fuck, man, we seem to be able to counter, heal all this shit, and yeah, that's how a breach looked like. So let's talk about the gear a little quick. And for first, I mean, that's the highlight of the build, actually. We play with the Last Lament, the crossbow. That's very, very cool. I actually recommend, I mean, I'm trying to get them, but yeah, they seem very expensive. I missed my offer, obviously, but I try to go with Sagwill's Rune of the Sky. It gives 8% of, or I guess 6%, sorry, 6% of damage as damage of each element, as extra damage of each element, which will increase the damage by a lot. But right now I'm just too skinny to get it, and so I just stick to the increased physical damage times 3. But as soon as we get it, I will replace it, what will push the damage really, really further. But so far it doesn't. So Last Lament, very, very nice. It gives us the skill Compose Requiem, what we will come to the gem later on, or we have talked about it, depending on how we'll cut the video. Then, okay, I kept it easy. You surely can. I mean, it's actually not worth, because I think Kalandra's touch is like 10 divines or more, and this ring, I think I got it for like 10 to 20 chaos, or around about 1 divine. Was very cheap in comparison, so it's actually not worth for this one, and don't be afraid, you don't need to take this one. As said, for a ring, obviously you I try to get accuracy rating due to the Ascendancy and the benefits of the build, then physical damage and cold damage, because I mainly play with these two, or let's say for bossing I focus on these two, as well as lifesteal. That's very important. That's what makes out our huge defense layer and our huge regeneration. Also some dexterity for more accuracy rating, obviously, and attack speed. Therefore, and yeah, just some defense. You can balance it out as you wish. I mean, you can hit it better, I think, with the damage stats, depending on what you prefer. But I go for the cold damage, and I want to play with Composed Requiem. So for me, it's physical damage and cold damage, as well as accuracy rating. But actually, I'm aiming to swap out because I want to be even more defensive. Later on, I will go for like 2k life, so I can get up to 4k life with if I'm stacked or overflown. But so far, I just have this ring for a few chaos, and yeah, the ones with life they feel very rare, and I probably will swap out the cold damage or look what has a higher damage roll and filter it out and get life on one of these rolls, and that's it. Rest will be the same, life leech, probably dexterity and some defenses. I might swap out the dexterity for another defense. I'm uncertain, but I would say what's most important is life leech, accuracy rating, and the damage one, depending on how you want to go. Then for the amulet, I go Astramentis. It's definitely not mandatory, but I would say since the price dropped so hard and you get one for like 10 divines, I would say this is like a very cheap and effective option. You can surely go for max life and projectile damage as well, and like dexterity or whatsoever you are in need. But these tend to be more expensive. I mean, if you want to go with the perfect max life, let me show you. I have one that cost me more than 20. I guess I paid 30. That's the price I paid for it, I guess, 30 divines. So you can see, and it was like the next one was above 60 divines. So you can, with Astramentis, be actually already cheap. You can take Astramentis early on, so if you level it, you won't be in need to swap it around that much. This one has max energy shield, max life, projectile damage, and recoup his life as well as strength. So up to you. I mean, this one will make you actually a good chunk of tanky, but you will have to mind your attributes then for like, I mean, I don't mind my attributes, what's really handy and really comfy, and I play with blink and stuff, and so the Astramentis is helping a lot, I'd say, but you can surely change it out. Obviously, Deepest Tower, I think I don't have to say a lot of this, just for damage, and it's insane for the damage. And since we are tanky enough to go melee ham, I mean, we kill also out of the range from the Deepest Tower, but for like rares or something like this, we literally won it with the Deepest Tower. What's also a very cool one, or what enables actually not being in need of energy shield or something like this, is the Crimson one, the Crimson Mantle, where we can overflow life. It's actually, I got lucky, I corrupted it myself. It reduces the life. For me, it's just 22%. I wanted to buy it, was few divines. I was too cheap and thought like, okay, I'm just gonna buy the cheapest one and corrupt it myself. Maybe I'm lucky, and I actually was. I thought like, free socket would be cool. I mean, I can socket life in then as well. So whatsoever, I corrupted it myself. It's actually, I think, the best corruption. You can get up to 19 reduced max life. Was really strong. And what makes it actually good is you can overflow life, so we have double the life, and with life leech you can overflow the life, and we have tons of life leech, so we get life recovery and stuff. What's also good, if you put in to just reduce the one hit potential, I actually never get one hit, is like you can 10% of damage get taken from mana before life. That's very awesome. I mean, 10%, it makes us like, if we full stack right now, and as I said, I want to go even tankier, but for now, for the early version, I'd say, I mean, I'm level 85 as you can see, I was 84 as I began, to taking this type of node, and I was, I guess, even like level 80 as some videos I entered in, like, I catch my Ascendancies, so yeah, it's a very fresh one. And yeah, with the 10%, it's like just 10% more tanky. You don't need mana at all, especially since you don't reload, because we have the Last Lament, so mana is actually a death stat for us, but with this one we can actually make use of it. What's very nice. We just need mana for like the curse, or if we cast an orb or artillery ballista or whatever. I mean, there's very much variety in this build, and I'm gonna show you my variety I've put into. Yeah, that's to this. Just a high evasion rating roll, and defenses I need. Also defenses I need with the resistances and max life. That's all about this one, yeah. I mean, movement speed obviously, and I try to get accuracy rating on this one as well, but yeah, I mean, accuracy rating and dexterity for even more accuracy rating, you can see it. But actually the most important thing is to get high evasion rating rolls, because all our evasion rating, and look at the stats, we got like 72 evasion rating, and all of this comes from the gloves and the boots. What's very, very strong. Mainly because of the Ascendancy, where we get double evasion rating from helmet, gloves, and boots. So yeah, that's where we get all our evasion rating, what makes us really, really, really tanky. Yes! And for the second weapon set, it's not mandatory. The King of the Mist tier 4, I didn't kill with this, so whatsoever. You can take it a stuff with high crit chance, and then the effigy of cruelty, so we get critical weakness, we apply critical weakness. You can take some spells. I didn't use it so far, but I think it's the strongest with the solar orb. Not solar orb. Wait, let me check the name before I yap. It's a level 2 or 3. Spell.
Orb of Storm.
Orb of Storm. Yeah, it's the Orb of Storm, sorry. Yeah, and so we place Orb of Storm and we crit even more. I mean, we should be at max crit, so, or at least close to max crit, but yeah, that's about it. Pretty simple. And you can go for some points very cheap, actually. I mean, the double ring, because I play with Calandra because I'm lazy. I play actually the only Calandra because I'm lazy. You can the double ring replace with more defenses or whatever you need, or less damage, obviously, and pay just a little bit. I mean, right now it's 30% of my damage. That's not bad, but you have to keep in mind it's 2 rings with the same stat, and they are very good. And you can get more or less, and then you're 20% will probably cost just a few exalts. I'm uncertain, but you get the point. Let's quickly come to the gems. It's actually simple, I think. You can make it literally a 3 gems or 2 gems build. It's totally up to you. You saw how I melted the King of the Mist without actually any setup. Literally no setup at all. And yeah, what's important is like obviously the Compose Requiem, because we use Compose Requiem. I have execute because I don't need execute anywhere else, because we killing the mobs anyway, so I take it for my boss skill, and that's my boss skill. Scatter shot, because we just shoot out more with this one, 3 projectiles instead of 1, and though we get lower attack speed whatsoever. I have close combat inside it, so 25% more attack speed, because with the deepest tower I want to go close anyway, and 25% damage within 1 meter is very nice, and you feel it. So you stay close when bossing, and melt it with 1 salvo, and martial tempo for more attack speed. Then what's important the next? You can the mapping skill. You can choose between difference, actually. I ended up using Siege Cascade, but I started with Permafrost Bolt, and it was very, very nice to clear. If you have like Fork, suck it in, and the passive point where you fork 3 times over here, and you get 100% chance, 75% and 25 makes 100% chance to get a third fork, so you can take Permafrost Bolt surely as well, and then go fully on ice. But I ended up Siege Cascade because I fucking love the Braves. It's insane. With Fire Infusion, Elemental Focus, because Ignite I don't need a guide against mobs. Increased area of effect, and also even more increased area of effect with an accuracy penalty, but we don't care the accuracy penalty because we have so much accuracy rating. That's definitely no problem. So take it, and the clear will be even further and actually a whole screen, as you could see. And then what's very important actually is increased projectile speed. 40% more projectile speed will feel very, very nice. I'm gonna show you. Here is without, and here is with. It's, you see, it's instant. The animation actually comes after the impact. You hear the impact and the animation comes after, so it's like an instant kill. Actually it's like an instant kill, and yeah, with some combined with some projectile speed of the tree, it's awesome. Yeah, and then I have opted to take actually summed up like 3 ones. Permafrost Bolt is for me if I have a single target and like my Compulse Requiem is on cooldown, I just swap to this one if there is a really tanky enemy. But usually you don't have to. You can just go for the Siege Cascade even against rares and the big rares of Simulacrum as well. But if you want to make it a little bit faster, I mean these one actually 1 or 2 shots. You can also go for the emergency reload for the Siege Cascade. However, I think the emergency reload and the Permafrost Bolt will be a little bit better, but there's no need. As said, if you do the same like me, Primal Armament, freezing, so we get at 35% additional cold damage if we freeze an enemy, like in boss or something like this. I like to use it on bosses sometimes, but usually, yeah. I mean, it's an old one because I don't use it anymore since my Compulse Requiem actually melts bosses in 1 duration. But yeah, Cold Infusion, also Hypothermia to freeze it, and we get slowed down using it and deal 20% more damage therefore, but who cares? And Hypothermia is for, in my mind, you freeze the enemy and then you Siege Cascade it to death again. But usually, yeah, Compulse Requiem is enough. But if you want, freeze him and Siege Cascade him. I mean, you deal 3 times the damage with Siege Cascade, and it's very strong. Then for Wind Dancer, for more evasion rating, simply, stupidly, brutality, half brutality, and heavy swing, as well as blind. And usually I should suck it in main, but I'm too lazy so far. But yeah, I think nothing much to say about that one. If you get hit, you clear. Yeah, also a screen usually. That's about it. If you want, not mandatory, but like if you Plague Sashed or the Pinnacle boss plays grenades before, on PlayStation it's trash because you can't really aim where the grenades fly, but if you want, go ahead. Long fuse, fire penetration, concentrated effect, your grenades can detonate twice, but have 70% more cooldown rate, but that's definitely, we can ignore it. And second wind also less cooldown rate, but he's dead before any of the cooldowns would restore anyway, so we don't mind our cooldown there because we actually also never use it. But if we want, we can like throw 6 grenades, and as you see, it's some shitty with the PlayStation because it always goes max range, but the damage is nuts if you can aim it properly. I mean, can you aim it to the wall? Okay, I have cooldowns now. Yeah, whatsoever. For the grenade, for even more one-shot, then emergency reload with that your empowered attacks deal 15% more damage, longer duration, and that your empowered attacks have execution. So, I mean, you can actually, I have resocketed in and the rest is trash, so you can figure out what to suck it in. You don't have many options, so pretty clear. Then hypothermia, you can use it on bosses. No need, but you can do. Increased hate and curse, I guess it's called. So you have just more magnitude of the curse, curse ground, and concentrated curse, or whatever it's called, so the curse comes faster. I can show you. It's pretty simple. I mean, yeah, just a curse that you actually don't need inspiration for. I don't know why, but yeah. And then right now, Blink, obviously precision. We have with Ghost Dancer and Blink, we have 90, so we got 10 Spirit open, and it's perfect for precision because we don't need anything else. Ingenuity for being able to be faster, and I'm uncertain, but Arcane Tempo. I mean, you have a small cast time, at least the tooltip shows, and I think with Arcane Tempo, you will have like a little bit less of the duration where you can't act. You see, I'm spamming the button, and it comes just out a little bit later. This about that. And let's come to Solar Orb. Nothing special. Rage Fountain, critical pinpoint critical, I guess it's called. So just more critical hit chance, so we crit more and get more critical weakness applied, and even more crit with unevasionable critical hits. I don't know how they translate it, but the critical hit stacks up, so you have 100% increased crit chance after, I guess, 4 seconds, because you get 25% each second. More range, but cooldown, it stays 10 seconds, so 8 seconds cooldown is fairly okay. And more shock chance, so we might shock them as well. And now let's come to the variants. For the gems, what you can do, what's a lot of fun, actually, or if you, I mean, we are playing a game that's so individual, and you can play it so many ways, gladfully, that you like. You can also play with Artillery Ballista instead of like Lightning Orb. Nah, Tempest Orb? What the hell was the name again?
Orb of Storm.
Orb of Storm instead of the Orb of Storm. So if you do so, you can also, instead of, as I said, Compost Requiem is usually enough, even for Sashed. But as you want, instead of Permafrost Bolt, go Artillery Ballista, go the Glacial Bolt, and then the Artillery Ballista with, as you make it a circle, Artillery Ballista is destroying it for you. So you can spam the Glacial Bolt, and it deals also fairly cool damage, and you can cover yourself with this one from like Sash if you want to go it slow or something like this. If he summons the guy that just shoots out ice bolts, you can cover yourself with the Glacial Bolt, with the wall, what is very cool. And on the Artillery Ballista, I've socket some armor breaker, so I mean, it's 60% physical, 40% physical damage still. So if we break the armor, also our Compost Requiem deals more damage. That's why. And then if they break armor, the enemy gets dazed. I don't know. There are better options. But I mean, also I have socketed obviously the Rage Fountain on the Artillery Ballista, and Fire Penetration. What's now socketed in the Grenade, I think. That was my setup for the Artillery Ballista. And then for Glacial Bolt, it's actually the same for Permafrost Bolt, but without, I think I put off Hypothermia. And also this one where you get 35% of extra damage. I swapped this around with Concentrated Effect as well. That's about this. And you can also, take Explosive Shot if you like this one. You are actually very free in this build. Explosive Shot is a very nice combo, or a very nice spell. You can put in Scatter Shot and you get 3 bolts out, and it's very fun. The range is very good. For me, I preferred Siege Cascade more. I recommend you can go Explosive Shot for like mapping and bossing. That's the nice one on this one. So if you want to really have a one button build, you can get your variation with this for sure. So I think I covered up all with the gems. If you have any questions or uncertainties, feel free to answer. Maybe as last, Feel free to ask, not to answer, or to answer also if you want, if you have the answer, or anyone else. Keep in mind, you with the weapon sets, if you want to go for like an artillery ballista and you have a second weapon that is more in favor for artillery ballista, keep in mind to go for that you only use the skills with the right weapon set. And yeah, that's about the gems. And for the Ascendancy, the tree is actually really straightforward. I will also keep in mind I will release a leveling guide, but I'm actually poor in time, so it took me like 2 weeks or whatever it's released, at least 1 week, because I have just a little time to play. Sadly, as you see, I'm level 85 still, so not even 90 or something like this. But the tree is very straightforward, and the leveling guide will literally get you to this version of the tree very fast and very easy, and will be tons of fun. As you see, what's actually mandatory is Life Leech also is based on elemental damage. So we have the whole skills from crossbow, even the elemental ones, at our accessibility, because we can play them, since a lot of them are elemental and physical damage is not the best, but we now can also use the juice ones like Siege Cascade or whatever you please is elemental. Then what's also, I would say, very mandatory is the critical hit, that your critical hits can, that your hits can exceed 100% accuracy, and the overflow accuracy, the accuracy that's just above 100% gets divided by 4, and this stat is added. So it's not increased or something like this, so it's added to your crit chance. So the problem with Last Lament is a very low crit chance, just 5% overall. There's no corruption to fix it or anything, but this Ascendancy is able to fix it. So we get usually up to 15%. We get usually around about 10% more, or 10% added damage. Depends on the evasion rating of the enemy, but I think if we have like 14,000 accuracy rating, the highest pinnacle boss will, with its evasion rating, will still get 10%. And here you can see we have, I think, closely to 10,000. I think we have the 9,000. Over there we have 9,100 accuracy rating. So we will be like 12%, 40%, something like this. 14, sorry, like something above 10%. So we have the double crit chance just with this Ascendancy, what's huge. And for mobs we have actually, depending on the range, but I think always like around 100% crit chance. And that's really making out a lot of our damage, since we play with also crit and stack accuracy rating anyway for the attack speed. The third important Ascendancy, I would say, is definitely the Panther one, where your evasion rating from the gloves, helmet, and boots is doubled. So as I said, you have 70% to evasion rating just from 2 pieces, what's huge. And that's something making us really, really tanky, combined with the 3,200 life pool. That's a very, very good number, being honest. And the huge regeneration. I mean, we don't have to mind of the regeneration of our energy shield, because we have tons of regeneration, and we are actually like a bruiser with this build, as you saw. I love it. It's so good. And it's so fun, because we actually, since I got this, I never died again, honestly. Or it's very hard to die with this. I mean, the only thing that can maybe kill you, but I will solve this one as I get more life, is a big bonkers from a pinnacle boss. But you usually can evade them or one-hit the pinnacle bosses anyway, but that's actually the only thing that can kill you. Or if you are like starting a map and you are not overflown and going to go to cocky with the 1,600 life, then for sure you can get a stupid one-hit, because your first hit also costs you 300 life, so we have actually 1,300 life. But yeah, don't go cocky with before you have overflown your life, and then you'll be good to go. And a second, I'm uncertain. Maybe the mana flask one is the better if you have like the resolve, the flasks from the unique flasks, but I actually never had them, and so far I don't have them, so I don't use this one, and I opt to go for the weak points, weak spots. I mean, they are okay, but yeah, could be better, being honest. This, you can also, if you go like for charges and go for a variant, you can take this one. I just took this one because so far it's not perfectly optimized, and this one seemed the simplest one, but I might opt to go for the flasks somehow. I mean, I never use flasks right now, but I could, and maybe the unique flasks will add something, but I actually right now I don't know what exactly they do, but I think they're useful whatsoever. Let's come to the common passives. More movement speed is nuts. Dexterity and evasion rating, very cool. Just some increased damage, so 40% increased projectile damage is good for killing enemies that are out of our range from the deepest tower. And here we go for 40% increased accuracy rating and 16% increased projectile damage. So again, also some damage for enemies out of the deepest tower range, but also the increased accuracy rating on close combat, what's very, very handy. Here we simply go for crit chance and increased accuracy rating, global accuracy rating. Then obviously we play deepest tower, so this one is mandatory, otherwise it's useless. Projectile speed, as set for the Siege Cascade, you can take this one. If you don't go for the Siege Cascade, you don't need this one, and swap around these as an example for this one to get more forks or whatever your variation will end up, but this one is actually just good for Siege Cascade, I'd say. Yeah, then we move on, and get more crit chance as well as accuracy rating. It's very juicy. I don't know how this one will double dip, but we usually go for crits, so this one is very strong. And I have a 3 point. I can make it simple. Always good. And this is just simple for crit chance. This one also for accuracy rating and some damage as well, but it's Falcon Technique obviously is important for the attack speed based on our accuracy rating. I mean, right now, let's round it up. We have 9,000. This one 9,000 divided by 4. Okay, it sucks. But we have 4% times 9, so we get 36% attack speed from this one right now, and I'm uncertain if it gets faster if we are close combating, because we have more accuracy rating if we're near enemies, but I mean 36% attack speed is huge, so definitely mandatory. Then we move on. I use 3 Grand Spectral Rubies to get life. I had another version with less life, as I've shown when I've done the Trial Master or other stuff. You can see it as I had 1250 life, and then I swapped to 3 a little bit to get just more defenses, because I felt sort of afraid. I actually wasn't in danger at all, but I just thought, I mean, chaos resistance is also nuts on these. They are very expensive. I crafted it myself. I was very lucky with these, so I just thought it's a waste if I don't use them. If you don't want to go for Grand Spectral Rubies, they are very expensive right now. You can surely take how it's called, projectile speed or something else. You can also go for prism. Is it prism? No, it's not prism of belief. How it's called? Oh my god! Against darkness or anything over there, because you have some nodes to hit there and get maybe strength percent and life, so you get more tanky through this one, or you find the better option. I haven't made out any thoughts to this. I had this just some bullshit through the campaign, socketed in there. Actually, it was empty, being honest. But yeah, I mean, crossbow attack speed or whatever fits in to your playstyle can be socketed in for sure. And yeah, for there we just go for more crit multiplier and even more crit multiplier. So you see we have even reduced global defenses and still have 71% evasion. So yeah, nothing that much to worry about. Some movement speed and more evasion and increased evasion. Sorry, the wording is important. Haha. If you want some more evasion, you can also take on this one and go out of the 5 dexterity, up to you. Over here, increased crit chance against enemies that entered my presence, and crit multi against enemies that have entered my presence, and more, or increased presence area of effect, so the deepest tower has a little bit more effect. Then we go for Falcon technique. Oh, so how's this called? Falcon dive. Falcon dive and Falcon technique, sorry. So we get even more attack speed. I mean, we have 500 dexterity, so we get 4% times 5, so another 20%, so we get 50% increased attack speed just with those 2 nodes. It's very nice. And then we have some more attack speed over there. The attack speed is very, very strong, what makes out our damage a lot. And yeah, more dexterity and more evasion, or increased evasion, sorry, and increased dexterity. And yeah, simple, more crit, straightforward. This tree is actually very straightforward, and there we have stuck with our last grand spectrum. If you have to travel some distance, I mean, you profit from dexterity very, very hard in any way, because it gives you attack speed for dexterity, attack speed for accuracy rating, and dexterity gets you accuracy rating, 25 accuracy rating per 5 dexterity, as well as more crit, or added crit, since we overflow the accuracy rating. So if you have like a better idea or something, I didn't mind. As said, it's not perfect yet, but you can do any content with it and feel actually pretty safe, since we have a huge regeneration, huge sustain, and very good mobility with blink, as well as very good damage. So you are in danger very, very rarely at all. That's about the tree. If you have asked questions or like improvement ideas, tell me. It's actually the first time I play a focused evasion rating build, so I'm really not experienced into this one. So feel surely free to get more knowledge to me. Like, where are some good nodes? I mean, like, there are obviously, here is more accuracy rating and attack speed. Could be very worth to also path to this one, because it's very close. But just an idea. As said, it's not perfect yet, but it fits every content so far. So, and it's a lot of fun, because you are tanky and you have a very good clear. What I love the most is the clear with blink, because you map very fast with a blink. There you can see, also I forgot this one, to get the unwavering stance for, even more deepest tower nodes. But nothing else left. And I hope you can enjoy the build as I do. I think all set so far. Please give me feedback. Give me feedback, especially for this build. I mean, the leveling guide is very completed, so I will try to upload it within the weekend, and to give you, if you don't want to wait for leveling this one or don't have an Amazon, I tell you, I will show you what I've done, but it's for leveling at all. You take and you can play totally the same. I play with the Permafrost bolt since level 1, and with the crossbow there, where you reload and then you can spam for 4 seconds your skills. It really feels the same with the Last Lament, and you can, it really fits the playstyle. It's a perfect rounded build, and as you get like your level 78, actually you can do up to tier 50 maps with it. You just have to look that your rings are good and have damage modifiers, and then you're good to go. Actually, that's all. Just update like every 10 levels, you update your ring, get more damage stats. Accuracy rating not needed at all. Just get increased physical, increased cold, added physical, added cold, and then increased cold damage is the best, but not needed at all. And then you will be totally good to go. You one-hit every boss, or you freeze at all. You freeze every boss. You one-hit every boss, and that's it. I will make a more detailed guide about this, but yeah, that's all. And for the Ascendancy, you go the Amazon, not the Amazon, the Huntress version, where you can suck it in 3 rings, and then you can literally go until 78 with this build, because you have 3 rings, the damage comes from the rings, and with the deepest tower you wanted the bosses, and for the rest you wanted anything else with huge attack speed. And with emergency reload, you literally just enter the boss, emergency reload, and within 2 seconds he's dead. Also frozen, and can't even do anything about it. Yeah, that about the build. I hope everything is clear now, and if not, ask me in the comments and teach me, and have a great weekend. Thank you for all. Thank you for tuning in. I love you. Bye.